In this video, we're going to cover the different types of screens available for each of your tables and how to amend the layouts of each of those screens, and also how to create saved filters for your users to get quick access to the records that they need. So starting on the Gridfox homepage, we're going to open up the To-Do List app. This has a few different tables that have already been created. For each table, there's 4 sections that you can customize the layout for. So firstly, there is the filter section, so which fields are available to filter on. There's the results table, which shows you a list of all the records in the table, or in the case of a filter, all the records which match that filter. There's then the layout of the Create New Record screen, which we can see here. And there's also the layout of the Editing an Existing Record. So these are all edited in the Screen Builder, which is accessed by opening up Edit Mode and in the Screens tab. So we've got our 3 tables down the side. Let's open up the Projects table for now. So these 4 tabs align with the 4 sections that we mentioned earlier. So the Create Record is the screen that will show when you create a new record in the table. Edit Record is when you amend an existing record. These are the filter fields that will show, and these are the fields that will show in the results table. So with each of these, you can just move the fields around, move them into hidden and back again. If you need to hide a field from all your users or a subset of users, it might be worth using permissions instead. So there's a separate video which will cover how to use permissions to show and hide data for your users. In the search results table, you can bring in fields from related tables. So in this instance, when I'm looking at the project list, I might want to bring in the company logo so that I can see at a glance what the project's about. And once you've made all these changes, you can go ahead and save the changes, and these will take effect for all of your users. There are a couple of different settings on some of the other tabs. So for instance, in Edit Record, you can choose how child tables should be laid out, whether they should be stacked on top of each other or show as tabs. So have a look at the additional settings. Here is where you can also customize if documents are allowed for that particular table. So disabling this will mean that users can't upload documents to that table. Once you're happy with all the changes you've made to the layout, make sure you save and then drop out of edit mode. What we can now look at is how to save filters so your users can get access to the information they need quickly. So a saved filter will appear in the left-hand navigation bar underneath the table. So for instance, it might be useful in the task list to be able to see tasks which have not yet been done that are due in the next week. So what we do is open up the filter tab, pick a due date to be within the current week, where the task is either to do or in progress. So I can apply that filter to see what the data would look like. And then to save it for my users to use, I might say task due this week. Go ahead and save that. And now all the users will have access to the save filter in the sidebar so that they can see everything they've got coming up soon. So only project admins can save filters. However, all users are able to filter the record to see what they need. There are a few different options for certain field types. So for instance, in number fields, there was the option to show things less than, greater than, or between certain values. And with dates, you have the same options, but also an additional relative option, which has some preset filters to show certain dates relative to what today is set as. So that's it. You've seen how to customize the screen layouts for each of the screens for your tables, and also how to save filters for the users to use.